What's up, fight fans? I'm Jay Cotto, the Boxing Jedi, and welcome to the Boxing and Jedi's Temple. And today I'm going to be talking about what's going on in the sports today and what to expect, out of these youngsters. Um, like I said before, I have nothing against any of the fighters of today except for the fuckery that they bring, you know. Um, People could say what they want. They could call me racist, whatever. I mean, it is what I mean. Everybody's getting criticized for their criticisms, not knowing that we're just fucking content loaders, uh, you know, content creators. And well, it just gets to a point where you sit back and you're like, damn, I can't even give an assessment, but fuck it. You know me, I'm gonna give my assessment regardless. And much love and respect to those that think just like me and say, fuck it. An assessment is going to happen. Well, it is. Okay? Um I think that Lomachenko versus Campbell, that's a fucking awesome fight. And whether people as to Lomachenko fans like it or not, this is a very, very good test for Lomachenko and for Campbell as well. Now these guys are going to put hands on each other, and I can't wait. And later on, as the fight gets closer, I will give my assessment. But I think that's a great fight. Fights like this are exactly what makes fighters. And no, I'm not speaking prematurely because we both know that these guys give good quality fights. What can I say about fighters in the PBC stable and shit like that? I mean, we can go individually, but let's talk about PBC in itself. Okay? When we talk about PBC, we talk about young talented fighters, but young talented fighters that are not really known except for the ones that they consider or their fans consider elite. And we all know that, okay, we can call them elite in this era, their era, because there's not really much. Like I said before, and I've been quoted on this. This era has nothing to offer, right? I have proven it with the Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman. Like a lot of people are standing on that. Oh, because Manny Pacquiao's 40 and Keith Thurman's 30. He should have lost. There's no way that a 30-year-old could have. That's a bunch of bullshit. That's a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean? One would have to be very fucking ignorant to say that even a 60-year-old man couldn't whoop a 30-year-old man's ass. We don't know that. We don't know the physics, the outcome, how this 60-year-old man has been fucking preparing himself or taking care of himself every day. We don't know the fucking tactics that this old man might have. Right? And then when the old man supposedly does the unthinkable to other motherfuckers who don't believe, what happens? Accusations of help needed. It's a bunch of bullshit. I think that a lot of fighters from PVC, they're not garbage. They have a lot of potential. This is Al Heyman and PBC's problem. Okay? You have to match up your own fighters and you have to work with other fucking promotions. This segregating shit, it's not gonna work. These are one of the reasons why. This is one of the reasons why boxing is diminishing, because you've got, okay, I can understand in-house fighting, you know what I mean? A lot of promotions do it, but god damn it, bro, to now work with other promoters and then to put it out there that it's the other promoters, but then when the truth comes to, the light, it's like, oh shit, it's really you. So what's up with that? What happens after that? How are we supposed to call that? I know how we call it. We call it bullshit. So these fighters have to fight each other, and you have to let them grow. And I'm surprised that the fighters up in PBC aren't really fucking complaining if they're really competitive, if they're really about, legacy. How could you not be kicking and screaming like the others have, knowing that there are two other straps now out there away from the PBC? and contendership and names out there that you can be fighting. What's the problem here? A lot of guys like to match dicks as to, oh, the most money. It's a pie, bro. Eddie Hearn has shown this. And this is why I gotta respect the zone. The zone, to me, they still have to be careful with fucking Golden Showers, aka Golden Boy Promotions. You know what I'm saying? They have to be very careful with them. Especially that they don't renege or give a garbage fucking, contractual agreement with Canelo Alvarez fighting fucking fluffernutters for the rest of his, remaining, 8 fights? You know what I mean? And I just feel that the zone right now, is up there with Top Rank. You know what I mean? And even Golden Boy had to fold. Now PBC can actually get ahead of the competition if they pull through like they said they would pull through, and if they give us more fucking fights that are competitive and not catering to these fucking guys. Like Danny Garcia, he is completely, like, his pedigree's diminished, and I will say this, and on his next fight, we're gonna have to fucking see. Okay? It can't be a mediocre. Match him. I'm telling you. A lot of people are saying, oh, maybe Danny Garcia could be next for Manny Pacquiao. Go on ahead. It's just going to be another fucking Thurman. He's not going to go out like Morales. Know what I'm saying? When Thurman come back, you put him against fucking Garcia again for contendership or whatever. What do you think will happen? So the PBC guys, they gotta come a little bit more harder, man, and try to go out of their promotions and try to get fights outside of PBC and try to fight motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? All this other shit, where fighters are, before it was, oh, you have to speak to my promoter, but now it's, if the money's right. I mean, for Christ's sake, the money will be there. And it'll be much smarter if you fucking guys were to actually fight and fill up fucking arenas and stadiums and all that other bullshit and actually sell tickets and pay-per-views, honestly, because of the fucking work ethic and not the hype. And I was probably the only one that was out here saying that pay-per-view is not dead, and it's not. Because if it was completely dead, then why are all these fucking promotions, these promotional fucking boxing companies, right? Why are they all using these? They're all on apps, and they thought that the apps were gonna sell out the pay-per-view. Never. So pay-per-view, the only thing, they just picked it apart. That's all they did. They picked it apart. Somebody that, they should have capitalized on pay-per-view. They should have patented that shit, and like pay-per-view TV, PPV TV. When they used to give the boxing events. They should have patented that shit, and and it would have stood in one fucking highway. One way. But that's what happens when you tear shit up apart. Now it becomes, and of course it's business. Of course, you're gonna have your competition. There's gonna be fucking competitive, business dealings. No doubt. But that shit existed back then, and back then it was even fucking, it was worse. Like, okay, yes, the fighters get more money now, but for Christ's sake, honestly, ask yourself. And then answer it. And the question is, do you think these fighters these days are worth what the fuck they're getting, bro? Some of them. Like, think about this shit. I don't want to hear anything like that times change and the bullshit. I say it all the time. Other sports are still the other same sports. The only thing that's changed are the players, but they still play the same fucking game. Now, boxing's not a game. It's a fucking real gladiatorial sport. But the fighters change, right? And now that you got one dude who is out there, Manny Pacquiao, right? Because he's the oldest fighter, is out there and is doing everything that he fucking can to keep the fucking sport a gladiatorial sport and not a fucking sport entertainment. You guys are fucking downing them and putting them down, but then you're screaming, oh, I'm real for the sport, oh, the sport's real. Meanwhile, you're fucking praising fake ass motherfuckers. You guys are making no fucking sense. You guys make no fucking sense. And you know who I'm talking about. You can give assessments, you can talk all the full fucking bullshit you want, but like you guys love to say now, which is a very old quote, at the end of the fucking day, son, at the end of the day, it is those fucking gladiators, those warriors that give it their all in there and make sure that their career and their legacy is down, and they know that the harder they fought, the money came along with that. Okay, and it is true what Mike Tyson said. It's a whole different era. Back then, men fought. Now they're fucking business fucking guys. These guys are businessmen now, and it's good to have the head for the business side to know what you're worth. But you can't start screaming after 2 fucking fights, maybe 4 fights. Okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Fucking 13 fights. And you've been knocking out 14 guys and start claiming that you need fucking $180 million and calling yourself the top dog. You know what I mean? You guys don't even fucking draw half the shit that the pay-per-view fucking kings used to fucking draw. Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? It's like a woman, right? No, bullshit. It's like a car. It's like a car. You look at a fucking car. Even though it's in the category of being an exotic car, to some people, that car is fucking ugly. To some people, it's expensive. Right? But to the person that loves that car, can afford the car, their whole point of view on that car is, nah, I don't care what you say, right? So as I was saying, it's opinions, but now when you look at boxing with facts as to who's fighting who's looking good with their hands, not by promotions and fucking, fuckeries and lying and getting passes and shit, guys that are actually fighting, and getting touched as well. Understanding that yes, get hit and not get hit. That is the sport. Yes. But that's not fucking true. Okay? It's an idea. It's something to follow by a guideline. I always said boxing is like playing fucking full contact tag strategically. Boom, you're it. You hit him with 2 shots. Now you got to get him. Boom, boom, you're it. You know what I mean? And you're pacing around the ring. You're either chasing him to tag him or he's chasing you to tag you. So I don't want to hear none of this shit where oh, come on, these guys are young, all that bullshit. Most of these guys now, Errol Spence Jr., these guys should have been unified already or should have had about fucking 2-3 titles, fighting each other 2 or 3 fucking times already. You know what I'm saying? The division should have been already to a point where motherfuckers want to buy shirts. Motherfuckers want to represent their champions. Motherfuckers are being nationalistic from other countries because, it's like the old days where it's like one fighter represent one country is fighting another fighter from another country and they're going to get down or whatever. All in fun and sportsmanship. And now it's on some other bullshit. Yeah, the promotions. Yeah, boxing's a business. Okay, it's a fucking business. Yes. Okay, but guess what? A business cannot progress if their goods are not fucking selling. What good is it to have something, a business, and your shit is still on the shelf? And you keep putting the product out there on the shelves, over fucking stocking your shelves, and nothing sells. How are you fucking gonna pay for the rent to keep the fucking business going? How are you gonna keep your inventory going? How are you gonna fucking make money? And this is what's happening with boxing. These guys are not putting their fucking products out there. And if they do, it's fucking shortchanged. You can't get rid of the hardcore fight fan, because the hardcore fight fan and the historian fight fan, the hardcore and the hardcore historians are fucking are built. We made the fucking sport, bro. Great grandfathers, great great grandfathers, great grandfathers, grandfathers, fathers, uncles, brothers, grandsons, sons, even aunts were all embedded in the sport, bro, from back then. And it's carried till now. You cannot fucking tell us. You cannot fucking tell us that what we're watching now is pure fucking boxing. Get the fuck up and out of here on any means of transportation. And if the terrain is too rugged, I'm giving away 4x4 wheels for any type of fucking transportation that you choose to get the fuck up on out of my face with that bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? You guys, you know, a lot of, you know, it's not even the point of casuals anymore. It's just everything's being said verbatim. Like everything is being said because, you know, certain sites said it, or, you know, and it's fucking, it's misinformation to the point where you're graduating fucking a lot of casual style sport, boxing entertainment propaganda. And then what's funny is I've been saying that none of these guys, as to experience in the ring, all right, are going to have it to fuck with Manny Pacquiao. A lot of guys, the first thing they say is, you know, oh, he's old, father time. Okay, I keep saying this over and over again. That, all right. But you guys keep forgetting about experience, ring generalship. You guys forget about all that shit, right? Forget about all that shit when it comes to a younger fighter. I bet you if Manny Pacquiao makes a match with Errol Spence Jr., watch all the Errol Spence Jr. detractors, right? That were talking shit about Errol Spence Jr. not being there because it was up against your fighter. Watch all the detractors jump on Errol Spence Jr. and say the same thing and do the same thing that the Keith Thurman fucking crowd did too. Not understanding that there is a huge chance that Errol Spence Jr., Sean Porter, okay? And even though I fear for Manny Pacquiao in this match, but even Terrence Crawford, if you don't come correct in this game, I mean, none of these guys are fighting to a point where they fought a veteran who's been put under that pressure that were put by many other greats. They've seen, this is what I mean when I say that Manny Pacquiao has seen these fucking young boy styles, but these guys have never seen a Manny Pacquiao style. And as much you want to fucking tell me that I'm wrong, as much as you want to argue with me, I have already proven this like fucking, how many fucking times already? 6 times? Last one was a bit stronger because the competitor, you know what I'm saying? You know, happened to be a former, you know, partially unified champion, young, undefeated, one time, you know, big puncher. So now, when it comes to a guy like Usyk, you know, who had to move up. If I'm not mistaken, unified, right? So now he moved up. A lot of guys already, you know, and I can understand feeling good about your fighter, and you know, but you can't say that Usyk can knock every heavyweight out. That's premature. Okay? It's no good. And at the same time, how stupid would you look by saying this? Remember, cruiserweight going to fucking heavyweight. Okay, as you go to a heavyweight division, it's much stronger. It's you know what I'm saying? These guys are much, you know, they hit harder. And Usyk, I'm not saying that he's not good, but like I said, you never count your chickens before they hatch, especially in boxing. And if it's the heavyweight division, you guys like to, one punch can change the fight. Imagine a heavyweight landing on Usyk. Any heavyweight. People are still underestimating John Ruiz because he's a fucking Build-A-Bear built looking motherfucker. He look like a fucking manatee, and people, you know, take it away from him. I mean, you know, he beat up fucking Joshua. At the same time, people are continuing with the fucking propaganda, but are not looking at the real fact that Anthony Joshua was in between three fucking guys. He didn't know who the fuck he was trading for. That throws a motherfucker off too, right? Because I mean, from what we know, when we make a fight, right? When a fight is made, we know it's going to be against two opponents. So they're both training for each other. They watch fight tapes. If they watch fight tapes on each other, you know what I'm saying? They study each other's style. They train for each other. Anthony Joshua had to train between fucking Gerald Miller, who failed. Luis was thrown up in there. You know what I'm saying? He whatever the fuck he did, he lied and shit. I mean, it goes on and on. And then Andy Ruiz got thrown in 5 weeks before. I mean, you know, no excuses. No excuses. I too follow Anthony, but it doesn't mean that I was going to call him a bum, a dosser. It doesn't mean I was going to say he ain't shit because he got one loss. You know what I mean? Most people I know come from an era where greats, you know, upsets, you know, a Tyson Douglas, that shit right there doesn't mean that, you know, the next day, oh, Tyson ain't shit, he lost. I said to myself, you know what? Tyson took this shit easy, bro. The fame got to him. It finally hit him, bro. You know what I mean? During that fight in the 6th round, that's when it hit me. Before he knocked down James Buster Douglas in the 8th, I still said Buster Douglas is getting up because Mike Tyson did not go through strength conditioning properly. You know what I'm saying? That punch was like a half of his power. He's getting up. And he got up. And from there, I said, Mike is done. He comes to 10th round. You know what I'm saying? So it's like guys like myself that are out there and have seen upsets and have seen greats. And we know what the fuck the sport is, bro. And guys that are switching to the young generation, trying to give these guys props, knowing that these guys ain't shit. It's okay to give these guys the benefit of the doubt, but do not, and I repeat, do not dilute your fucking knowledge, bro. And then try to go up against guys who have fucking seen it possibly before you or at the same fucking timeline as you, and you're gonna fucking say that they're wrong and try to fucking get it when you're supposed to be doing the same thing that other fucking guy is doing, and that's passing on the knowledge of the fucking sport the best way we can. The shit isn't a competition. Debates, okay, yeah, that's fun, you know, but in due reality, we're all here for a fucking duty. A lot of these mainstream media fucking boxing sites get information from us. Trust me, I know. Others that are down here that have been doing this shit for a long time know too. Now, let me give you my understanding of Oscar De La Hoya, and it is not even as much as Canelo. Canelo, I feel, is a fucking puppet. You know what I mean? His whole fucking career, he let Oscar De La Hoya just fuck that up. Okay? Oscar De La Hoya made him look bad the first go around with Gennady Golovkin. You know, the whole thing where he made Canelo give his belt up. And I knew Canelo didn't want to do that. I can tell when a fighter wants to fight a fighter at that time, but since the promoter's in his ear, it's on some let it marinate. It was all in front of us, and you know, it's a lot of Canelo fans, and I only make fun of those that try to troll me and shit, but a lot of Canelo fans are in denial, you know, and they get emotional, and you gotta understand, like, there's a gimmick to this kid, and this kid, he's fought hard. Yes, he has. But at the same time, whoa, if he was fighting so hard and he's doing all of this, what is with all the propaganda surrounding him? Why is it that he comes out dirty in a test? And he comes to come out dirty, and you guys don't accept any other fighter's fucking excuse. But when it comes to your man, his excuse was okay, with proofs that he didn't even. I mean, you know, guys, come on, man. But my whole tiff is with Oscar De La Hoya. But you guys hate Eddie Hearn, who has signed multiple fighters. You guys have called him racist, but he's signed fighters of all race, color, and fucking creed. You guys will ridicule him. Some of his fighters fail. It's not his fault that you betted or did whatever the fuck you did to be mad and emotional. And you guys are fucking... I mean, if you really know the sport of boxing, you can't really hate a promoter because you know that the promoters, some of the promoters, if not all of the promoters, come with a snake charm. They're out to make money. Just like your lawyer. Just like your doctor. If you gotta pay them for services, and especially if they make the services, like Eddie Hearn has a very important role making a fight, matching up the fight along with the matchmaking, right? Getting the promotions done, making sure that the fight is advertised, making sure that the deal and the contracts and everything is right, the money's right. But they have a boss, and a lot of you guys don't seem to either not know this or forget. Okay? The promoter works for the fucking fighter. Just because he's signed to the that's because they're promoting him. They're promoting his hands, his pedigree, his skill. So if the fighter, like back in the days, make this fight, the promoter makes the fight. He does what he's got to do to make the fight. It's just like an agent tries to get, let's say, a baseball player, a football player, a hockey player. He tries to get him signed to a team. Now, of course, 10 to what? 10 to 20% they get. A lot of guys are slipping under the meter and not exercising the Muhammad Ali Act. They like to bring it up. Oscar De La Hoya was one that brought that shit up a lot. On Mayweather and all this other bullshit, and on Arum and on Heyman, he loved to bring it up. But yet he's doing the same thing that Mayweather and the rest of them did with Canelo. Then you got, but you have, Eddie Hearn here. You have Bob Arum as well, who gets hated on, who's bought us fucking legendary fights. Almost every fucking legendary fighter that you talk about, that we love, that we all grow to, has seen Top Rank, has been through Top Rank. Right? You should be lucky to still have this promotion still on here. Try to keep it traditional. Because if not, everything will be watered the fuck down. And you got Eddie Hearn now, who bought British boxing and is trying to, and even though it was always on map, but he's bought it on map. And just when boxing was on the fade, because Mayweather wants to, and the rest of these guys thought that hybrid boxing, which MMA and no. And then giving official wins on a dude, but then you want to put down Muhammad Ali for fighting Spinks, who was fucking 7-0. Though he came back and whooped his ass, but I'm saying 7-0, and you fought the dude who's 0-0. Are you kidding me? No fucking way. So a lot of these fighters, I can tell that they want to go out, but it's just these promoters that are telling them we can get more money. That's the promoters, more money, because that's what they're there for, to make the fucking money, you know what I'm saying? But the fighters are the ones who are fighting to make money, who are actually doing the whole 100% physical, the whole thing. Now make your money the way the greats made it, and trust me, trust every other fight fan that has been watching boxing trust us, bro, when we say that your worth will fucking rise, your stock will rise, man, win or lose. But you guys have to bring up the competitive spirit a bit more and think more of your legacy and more of unification bouts, and more of fighting each other and upping your ante, bro. The word great is given out so easily these fucking days. So I just feel that a lot of guys have to really pay attention to the fact that a lot of these fighters are gimmicked and they're being helped with the way things are being promoted. You know, proof is in the pudding. When we watch these fights, lackluster, you know what I mean? Not very competitive. So now you got to look at this now. You have to push for the sport more. If, you know, I don't want to hear none of this. Anthony Joshua shouldn't come back and fight Andy Ruiz. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? A rematch is perfect. Because now we get to see if Joshua is the real deal, especially for you guys that are, you know, we're on the bandwagon, but now saying he ain't shit and he's a dosser and all this other bullshit. Now when he defeats Andy Ruiz because he got to concentrate on his style and his style alone, then what do you guys say? He's still a bum because he got one loss. Okay, no right. You don't know shit about boxing. And that's the problem too. You know, there are so many minute problems that you could just get rid of them if you would just stop being so fucking ignorant and stop being divas and stop putting things to the pedestal where fighters that haven't even fought half of their fucking, you know, weight class division and are moving up and are just doing bullshit. And if they're moving up, they're not moving up and fighting these guys that are on point and that are supposed to be, you know, facing each other once or twice, you know, rough and tough guys. It's, you know, everybody's looking mediocre because everybody's ducking each other and they're putting money. They're basically pricing themselves out. That's how I call this era, the price out era. There's no other way to fucking put this. If money's in the way of competitive fights, it's the price out fucking era. That's it. You guys should fight each other. Whatever fighter's gonna get the higher price, whether it's if you're gonna get 800,000 and the other guy's getting 100,000, 300,000, take the fucking fight. Because if the fight is a bomb burner, the next fight, you know what I'm saying? The money goes up. Because us fans will come back and see more of it. But what's happening here, and another reason why fighters are getting hurt is because you got a lot of guys who are no joke and can throw these hands and their skills, you know, they have harnessed these skills already. And now that they try their best, to go out there and fight the competitive fighters, the other guys that are competitive and that are holding straps and all this other bullshit are going and ducking and dodging, going the other way and fighting other mediocre fighters just for phantom fucking wins for the strap and for numbers. And that's also putting the other mediocre fighters in danger with the other guys that they're supposed to be fighting. And this is why the ranking systems must come up. Because had the ranking systems been paid attention to, none of these guys would be getting hurt like this. No offense. But this is pure fact, man. This is pure truth. Like 10 Player says, facts. This is pure fucking logic. There's a ranking system for a reason. You fucking guys who, fuck a ranking. No. There's a reason for this. Also for safety reasons, bro. This sport wasn't just thought out and made for no fun. Oh yeah, just put on gloves and fight. No, man, no. Injuries were thought of exactly how you put, you know, how you work your way. There are levels to this, right? A lot of you guys like talking this shit about levels, but you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. If there's levels to this fucking game, it's not a game, but levels to this boxing thing, right? Then what? This is exactly what's happening. Guys are skipping levels and getting fucking hurt and killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, God forbid something would have happened to Salka when Danny Garcia fought him. What the fuck is a world-class champ, right, in his era? In his era, that means he's the best right now with a WBC strap, right at the time. The fuck was he doing fighting? Fucking, a guy who was ranked 47th, 45th, some shit like that. It's dangerous. That guy 45 should have been seeing Danny Garcia if he was one of the top 5 or top 3. At least. So what the fuck is going on? And that's the problem with boxing today. There are so many other problems. But the minute ones, they're making them major, and the major ones, they're trying to make them minute. Shit is backwards. We're in the Twilight Zone, where men can be called women and women can be called fucking men. We're in the Twilight Zone. It's the fucking truth. Let me take another fucking stab at the dark and hit the fucking opponent, Baba Yaga style. Now, with all these fucking excuses, you know who the fuck's a casual when a motherfucker tells you, I don't want my fighter fighting his fighter just yet. Why the fuck not? If he's ranked 2, why not? Because if you put the shoe on the other foot, you fucking decrepit in the mind ass niggas. If that guy had the strap, your champion being ranked low, you'd want him in there so prematurely as well. This is why I didn't understand when Keith Thurman, who was a champ and ranked, was calling out Floyd Mayweather, right? And Floyd Mayweather decided to throw Errol Spence Jr. when Errol Spence Jr. wasn't even ranked at the time, and these guys wanted that fight. Now let me tell you something. It's been rumored that Floyd Mayweather Jr. in his heyday sparred Pernell Whitaker and, made Pernell Whitaker look bad. Right? But then Floyd Mayweather Jr. also looked bad, against Errol Spence Jr. in a sparring match that's been going around. Right? And you got boxing aficionados who were there who are saying that happened. There's pictures out there with Floyd with a cookie that Errol Spence Jr. gave him. It doesn't precisely mean now, okay? It doesn't fucking mean now that because Errol Spence Jr. beat up Floyd Mayweather Jr. in a sparring match, that Errol Spence Jr. is going to beat up every other opponent out there. You know? And it's because a lot of things within the word of inevitability in that fucking subject, but it could be an off night for a fighter where he won't perform as well. It could be a health issue, coming with a cold or something. I mean, there are many fucking many examples. So let's cut the bullshit here. Fighters who are ranked should be getting their shot. Dylan White, who was ranked, should have been getting his shot. So on and so forth. These fights need to be produced. And anybody who's a hardcore boxing fan who's been watching boxing for a very, very, I'm talking about 84, 94, 2004. 2014. I'm going on 4 decades. Right? There are many that have been going even deeper than me. We've been turned away. Some of us walked away. Some of us we don't even. So what I'm saying here is they're giving us fights, and we see the difference. This guy don't belong in there with this guy. What the fuck is going on? It's just like, remember the WWF, the way you had the superstar, the superstar highlighting, and then they put him with a jobber. Remember that? To showcase the superstar skill and his special. Exactly what they're doing here. Not all promotions, but I'm saying the ones that are trying to shove it in our brains that they're the fucking mainstream and this is how boxing is. And no, fuck you. And the first social media experiment was the lockouts. These players from baseball to football, remember that shit? How they try to lock out, walk out, because these guys are getting fucking millions. These guys are getting money that regular ass Joes dream of getting. That guys waste half their rent money on lottery tickets, wishing upon a fucking star and a god, whoever they believe in, to fucking get what they're getting. Even $800,000, a third of their fucking, and these guys think they have the right. $12.5 million, $26 million, $32.5 million, fucking $90 million, $232.5 million. You motherfuckers are ridiculously like past Hollywood acting money. and you thought that you had the right to try to lock out the fans, because why? Because they decided to bring some of your pay down. Because what the fuck? You know how many city workers, how many state workers had to take dents, even regular ass workers from anywhere, medical groups, construction. When the economy's low and the company's taking a bump, sometimes they gotta reduce their pay. And of course, when it's picking up, everybody gets their salary back or pay raise, right? Sometimes it's gotta happen. So if they can do it, why the fuck can you guys, who are probably we're gonna lose maybe 1 or 2 fucking million from 19 to fucking 232 million, you fucking bastards? You guys thought you could not play the sport like these? Oh, fuck you, I'm not playing. Like a regular strike, fuck you. That's why the fans said, fuck y'all, you had no choice but to come back. Same thing here with boxing. Fuck that. Fuck that. We have a responsibility to sport as fight fans that when deaths like this are happening, you have to take a look at, move the fucking sheet, bro. Move the veil. Remove the veil that they're putting in front of you and see the truth for what it is. There is safety in boxing, but if they take more precautions, right? They took precautionary measures behind their fucking rulings and their sanctionings and all this other bullshit, it would be a safer sport. Meaning, you motherfuckers, enforce all of your fucking rules, bro, and your ranking systems, and watch people come up the way they're supposed to come up, and there will be less fucking deaths. There will be less fuckeries and thievery within the sports, even though we can't control the judges. On that part has to be cleaned out as well. I for one have been taking a look at all angles through all fucking promotions, bro, all promotions, and that's another thing. Like Golden Boy, they turned me the fuck off too. I stopped watching them and supporting them. Not only because of the bullshit that they bought with Canelo, but also because of the judging and all that shit. You know, there's other fights where you've seen this shit. Then as well with the politics, a transgender boxer. Okay, make a transgender fucking division. They're putting a woman in there with a guy who was just fixed as a woman. He can fucking destroy that woman. Look what happened to MMA. One dude twice already fucking cracked skulls of regular women, bro. Are you fucking stupid? And Oscar De La Hoya try to promote that. I'm not with that shit. See a shit like this. You can label me a homophobe, a trans. I don't give a fuck. I'm talking about safety. You're talking about something else. So if I'm giving you my reason as to, it's not normal for a man who has to take fucking shots to be fucking stabilized, and normal to become a woman, and then testosterone levels are still in this motherfucker to destroy a fucking woman. Get the fuck out of here with that. Same thing with a woman trying to transition into a man and come into a man sport, and then when she get fucked up, here comes the fucking the fucking feminists. Oh, that's fucked up. Where the fuck are you with this shit? You guys should be offended that there are fucking boys transitioning into fucking girls, going into fucking schools, taking away fucking young girls' fucking scholarships and dreams, bro, because these guys weren't men enough to compete with fucking men. That shit makes no sense. And you guys want to desensitize me. You guys want to take that. I don't give a fuck. Do that. But the truth is still out there. I'll say it. You'll take me out. Someone else will say you take them out. There are millions. Good luck pressing that button. Have fun with the game, son. That shit is dangerous and it's heartbreaking. We don't need this shit. And this is exactly what's happening. So let's speak up, bro. Content droppers, let's speak the fuck up, man. Otherwise than that, this has been my Boxing Insight. I'm Jay Cotto, the Boxing Jedi. You have been fucking... Actually, you've been in a nice fucking talk session with me. A nice boxing talk session with me. And I just have to sit down and tell you how I feel, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is the Boxing Insight. God bless, stay vigilant, man. And remember, man, may the force be with you. And let's keep it real, guys. Peace to all the content creators out there, man, that are keeping it real. So I'm Jay Cotto, your boy, telling the truth within the sport of boxing, Star Wars, the movies, and life itself. God bless, man. Peace.